Today we are going to be rating the best and worst Planeswalker Ultimates. That's right, they're usually amazing or they're straight trash. We're going to start off with a stinker. We got Jace Beleren for a blue 1 generic. It starts off at 3 loyalty, but if you somehow get to the glorious 10 loyalty, we can go -10 to make one target player mill 20 cards. That's right, how exciting is that for everybody? Has anybody in the history of Magic the Gathering won over this card? Okay, not counting the limited players, all right? In limited, like 20 cards is like half your library. Maybe they're already gone. They're a goner. They're already dead. But in Constructed, I mean, this is basically impossible. Straight up stone cold useless. So, yeah, absolute stinker. One of the most disgraces of all Ultimates. It's not even the best thing you could do. Why would you ever... If you have 10 loyalty, why don't you just keep drawing cards? How could that strategy ever let you down? There, Toilet Duck is right. All Planeswalker Ultimates are either a danger or they're overcosted. There is no in between. All right, let's look at Nalia's Teferi Temporal Pilgrim. Teferi Temporal Pilgrim. I guess we should read the whole card. We got blue 3 generic for a 4 loyalty Teferi. Whenever you draw a card, put a loyalty counter on Teferi. Well, that's sort of nice, isn't it? Pay 0, draw a card. So that's basically +1. You could also go -2, create a 2/2 blue spirit creature token with vigilance, and whenever you draw a card, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. -12. How long is that gonna take? Is that literally gonna take 8 turns? Oh no, whenever you draw a card. So okay, so you could actually cheat your way up there through other means. All right, target opponent chooses a permanent they control and returns it to their hand. Then they shuffle each non-land permanent they control into its owner's library. What a weird sweeper. We don't even sweep the whole thing. Absolute garbage. I mean, they better have a lot of stuff on the battlefield because they get to keep their one best thing. This is like when your mom and dad say, all right, pick one toy, the rest, they're getting donated. You're too old for those toys. All right, we got Jitsuku with a super chat. Tamio Field Researcher. Ooh, I think I remember this one. Oh no, this is the other Tam. This is Bant Tamio. This is Mono Blue Tamio. This one's Bant. Bant 1 generic, 4 loyalty. +1, choose up to 2 target creatures until your next turn. Whenever either of those creatures deal combat damage, you draw a card. And then -2, tap up to 2 target non-land permanents. They don't untap during their next untap step. And then for a whole -7, we draw 3 cards. All right, we got some Ancestral Recall action going on here. And you get an emblem with, you may cast non-land cards from your hand without paying their mana cost. That's not bad at all. Also, this Planeswalker is pretty cheap, all things considered. Although you don't get a whole lot of value. Okay, so I guess the problem here is your -7's amazing. I like it. We have a winner here. But your +1 and -2 are sort of stinkers. Getting that -7 is a sweet finish line achievement unlocked. You get an Ancestral Recall and Omniscience. Is that what it is? You can cast non-land cards in your hand without paying them. I got the Omniscience. That's the card, right? You may cast spell. That's right. Okay. I confuse Omniscience and the card that like makes you draw your entire deck. One of those cards. Anyway, I like it. Great card. Or great ultimate. You know, I'm not judging the cards here on this show. We're judging the ultimate. Okay, let's look at Liquid Soulfire's Caught the Hammer. Okay, Caught the Hammer is a red 2 generic 3 loyalty Koth. +1, untap target mountain. It becomes a 4/4 red elemental creature until end of turn. It's still land. So it's ramp or it's attack. And then -2. I guess you have way more ramp out of this. Add a red to your mana for each mountain you control. But if you love your mountains, and also if you love Prodigal Sorcerer, you're going to love this ultimate. -5. You get an emblem with mountains you control have tap. This land deals 1 damage to target creature or player. I've actually died to this ultimate many times. So like if you're playing somewhat of a control deck, you ultimate this thing, you just slowly ping your opponent to like pass the turn. Oh, you do nothing, tap all the mountains, which can, by the way, can be like, you know, steam vents, volcanic island, plateau, for example, and you're dead. One shot at a time. And it can hit the creatures, all right? So basically all you turn your lands into a machine gun. And they get a refill of bullets every single turn, every upkeep. Okay, let's look at Rated Lex. Thank you very much for your super chat. Tybalt the Fiend Blooded. I love how bad it is. Yeah, this card is bad on... The only good thing about this card is that it's cheap. It's 2 mana. So this is what 2 mana Planeswalkers should be like. A red for 2 loyalty. We got a +1, draw a card, then discard a card at random. -4? Okay, the Tybalt the Fiend Blood deals damage equal to the number of cards the target player's hand to that player. That's actually not that bad if you can pull that off. -6. Gain control of all creatures until end of turn. Untap them. They gain haste until end of turn. I actually can't... I don't know if this card is good or bad. Or so, like if this ultimate is good or bad. I know the card is bad. I assume this sucks. I think it sucks from the top, like the top down. So well, hold on, we need 4 turns of this in play. Then we gotta swipe everything. You ping this thing once, and like this is never happening. Gain control of all creatures, untap them, they gain haste. Like this sort of effect is not strong. I'm gonna say this is a stinker. If you have a sack outlet, maybe it's not bad. But if you have a sack outlet, why don't you just use a board wipe? Just use a board wipe. Instead, Tybalt's wiping his butt with his own face. All right, next up, let's go with... was that last one? That last one was a super chat. Let's look at Yeast! Karn Liberated. Karn Liberated, 7 loyalty. 7 mana, 6 loyalty, +4 target player exiles a card from their hand. There goes that +10. Is there any other Planeswalker that starts at +10? You go -3, exile a permanent. Or you go for the funsy, -14, restart the game. Well, let's see. You restart the game. Leave in exile all non-aura permanent cards exiled with Karn Liberated. Because, and where they go, nobody knows. Then you put those cards onto the battlefield under your control. So you basically start the game again, but with all your opponent's stuff. Actually, it could be also your stuff. You can exile your own stuff. -3, exile target permanent. Also, target player exiles a card from their hand. You could set up a new game. So this card is amazing. If there's any weird, bizarre situation you don't think you can get out of, you just start the game all over again, hopefully from a more favorable board state. There's nothing like starting... This is... Shahrazad? This is OP Shahrazad. This is what this card is. Okay, next up, we've got The Wise Man Roberts. Thank you very much for your super chat. Liliana of the Dark Realms. She is part of the dark side. Black, 2 generic for 3 loyalty. +1, search your library for a swamp. Reveal it, and it's yours. -3, target creature gets +X or -X until end of turn, equal to number of swamps. Or you can go -6. You get an emblem with swamps you control have tap, add quadruple black mana to your mana pool. Is this any good? I have a feeling by the time, if you can even get this online, it means your opponents are doing literally nothing. I don't even know what you can do with the mana. You love this ultimate so much. Haha, the power! At least it's an emblem, so it is permanent. What would you guys do with infinite mana? So you have your Urborg in play, you got your Liliana of the Dark Realms emblem, you've got conceivably like 6 lands in play, so 6 times 4, that's 24 mana every single turn. I like this question. What is this stream about? Well, there's a title on it, So anyway, I think this is just win more. I could be wrong. Maybe in Commander this is quite good. Okay, do you know what? I think it's somewhere in the middle. If you have a lot of cards in hand, this is insane. I have to admit that in Commander, sometimes I have like more cards than I have mana to spend on them. And if you have a Liliana of the Dark Realms emblem in play and refilled your hand with Necropotence, or someone played Windfall, Time Twister, you can get cards in your hand in a million ways. This card lets you like dump the hand that you have assembled. So you know what? We're gonna say that this is good. This was a super chat, so let's look at Erlen's Dungeon Master. This is not a Planeswalker. Or is this the only Dungeon Master? Dungeon Master. How many Dungeon Masters are there? No, that's it. Okay, this is not... Or does it turn into a Planeswalker? Nope! Disqualified. Okay, next up, let's look at Markzilla's Professor Ox. Sorry, Professor Onyx. Isn't that a Pokemon? Onyx? It's a rock Pokemon, right? Black for generic, 5 loyalty, Liliana. Yeah, that's right, Liliana. We can see right through everything. Magecraft, whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. You go +1 to lose 1 life. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put them in your hand. Put 1 into your hand. The rest in your graveyard. -3. Each opponent sacks a creature with the greatest power among creatures that player controls. That's not bad. But of course, if you want the ultimate, you gotta tick this up 4 times. -8. Each opponent may discard a card. If they don't, they lose 3 life. Repeat this process 6 more times. So your opponent can lose as much as 18 life or basically discard their hand. Pretty lame. I don't like it. I think this is crap. If your opponent has no cards in hand, they could choose to just lose the 18 life. Like, whatever. And also, if they have the cards in hand, then they'll just dump their cards. I never found that discard... Like, what? Okay, you made me discard my hand. Have you won yet? No, you haven't, because I've got my creatures in play. Hopefully, I've got my creatures in play. They're not using the -3, of course. They're not using the -3. Pacers fan forever. Nicol Bolas. The god. God Pharaoh. Are you a god? Nicol Bolas says, yes, I am. So for Grixis, 4 generic, 7 loyalty. +2, target opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card. Until end of turn, you can cast that card without paying its mana cost. That's busted by itself. Okay, +1, each opponent exiles 2 cards from their hand. That's also pretty good. See, that's discard done right. And then -4, Nicol Bolas, God Pharaoh deals 7 damage to target opponent. 7 damage to target opponent, a creature they control, or Planeswalker. That's a huge lightning bolt. All right, -12. Exile each non-land permanent your opponents control. Oh my god. Exile each non-land permanent. So basically, I wipe your board. And only everything that they control. Honestly, I don't even know if this is worth it, but it's so easy to get to. +2, +2, +2. Then so how many +2s do we need? 2, 2. Yeah, you just have to go +2 3 times and you're in alternate mode. It's good stuff. You wipe their board. May not be completely game winning. It might be more in the mid-range, but it's still worth it. Did we do a Johnny's game? Well, which one is it? A Johnny. I know there isn't a Johnny. Gain 100 life. Where are you, Johnny? Oh, yeah, this one. 5 mana, 4 loyalty. +1. Distribute 3 +1/+1 counters on 1, 2, or 3 creatures you control. +1. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an aura, creature, or planeswalker card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom. But if you get... Okay, so if you can creep this thing all the way up to 8 loyalty with either of those abilities, you can go -8 for the amazing. Gain 100 life. Which in Commander, like, what is even that in Commander? Like, do you even care? You start at 40 life. Look, Mom, I'm at 140. I'm at 120. Big deal. But you're going to die to some infinite mana combo anyway. You're going to get milled all the way out. You're going to take infect damage. What's your life gain now there? Completely pathetic. Garbage. Garbage ultimate. Well, and I think there are some cards that if you have over 50 or 100 life, you might win the game. Maybe there's a combo in the... Your opponent's like, you can't combo out. You can't win with 100 life. I'm a combo player. Little did you know, I have the combo card in hand that lets me win with 100 or more life. Yeah, you have 100 life. That's cool. I hit you for 10 infect. And your opponent asks, what does infect do again? Oh boy. Do I have bad news for you? Okay, next up we go Dizzy Blizzy with Vivian on the Hunt. +2 pod. It is +2 pod. All right, 6 mana for 4 loyalty. +2. You can sack a creature. Yeah, sorry about that, creature. If you do, search a library for a creature card with mana value equal to 1 plus the sack creature's mana value. Put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Also, +1, mill 5 cards. Put any number of creature cards milled this way into your hand. That's These abilities are great. Oh, this card is disqualified. No ultimate. There's no ultimate here. Where's the ultimate? No ultimate. We gotta donate this to Allie S. What about Liliana Vess? Let's look at Liliana Vess. All right. Ultimate, by the way, is like something you tick up for, and then basically the minus is like wipes out almost all or all the loyalty. So it's got to go big, all right? We're rating the big payoff loyalty abilities on these Planeswalkers. Liliana looks more dead than usual, and I didn't think she looked dead in the first place. All right, we have a black 3 generic 5 loyalty Liliana. +1, each player discards a card. -2, search your library for a card. Oh my god, it's Demonic Tutor. Shuffle and put on a card on top. Or no, sorry, Vampiric Tutor. And then -8, put all creature cards from all graveyards onto the battlefield under your control. Banger of an ultimate. So basically, if you've wiped the board quite a few times this game, well, now all that stuff is yours, and you have to believe that your opponent better have the next sweeper. They wasted all their sweepers too early. Anything that takes stuff from all graveyards back onto the battlefield basically threatens to kill your opponents in one shot. You might even have some combos amongst all those creatures as well. Bobby! Oh, we did the Dragon God. We just did that 5 minutes ago. Or maybe 2 minutes ago. You're just a little late. Don't worry, you can see it on the replay. Mario with Cassima. I don't think there's a ultimate here. Cassimina? Casmina. Oh, the Sage. Alright, there is an ultimate. I was thinking of the mono blue one. Blue-green, 1 generic, 2 loyalty. Casmina. Each other Planeswalker you control has the loyalty abilities of Casmina. That is weird. Okay, +2, scry 1. That's pathetic. -7, create a 0/0 green and blue fractal creature. I don't even know what a fractal creature is. Put X +1/+1 counters on it. Equal in... Wait, you're not even out. You don't. This card doesn't even start off with a whole lot of loyalty here. This card is loyalty broke. Okay, -8. Search your library for an instant or sorcery card that shares a color with this Planeswalker. Exile that card, then shuffle. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. I think this is garbage. Just go tutor the damn thing. Use Mystical Tutor. We're literally going -8 on... We are losing our Planeswalker for a Mystical Tutor of some sort. It's Mystical Tutor. Not worth it. Pathetic. I don't like it. Okay, we got next up Platonic Liquid in the queue. Kaitos Shizuki. Oh, I love this guy. Okay, we have a black-blue 1 generic 3 loyalty. I don't even know what the ultimate is. I just know the first 2 abilities are great. At the beginning of your end step, if Kaito entered the battlefield this turn, it phases out. Don't touch my Planeswalker. All right, protection from everything until next turn. +1, draw a card, then discard a card unless you attacked this turn. So for the right deck, it's for maybe the zombie deck, the fairy deck, maybe a blue-black vampire deck. The rogues. Anyway, drawing a card every turn is good value. -2, create a 1/1 blue ninja creature token with this creature can't be blocked. All right, what's the emblem we get here? -7. That's a hefty cost. You get an emblem with whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, search your library for a blue or black creature card, put onto the battlefield, then shuffle. See, that's tutoring into play. That's broken. It is I would never get that far, I don't think. I've played with Kaito Shizuki, and I never got that Planeswalker ultimate off, so I never even read the damn thing. Possibly even ninjas, if you are feeling spicy. That's funny. Ninjas searching your deck for more ninjas. It's supposed to be cheated into play from your hand, not from your deck. Anyway, great ultimate. Basically, you deal damage and you tutor creatures directly onto the battlefield. That's a tutoring I can get behind. Okay, we got Danny with Mordenkainen. So Mordenkainen. Blue, 4 generic, 5 loyalty. It's a +2. Draw 2 cards and put a card from your hand on the bottom of your library. -2. Create a blue dog. The illusion of a dog is a man's best friend. This creature's power and toughness are each equal to twice the number of cards in your hand. I actually almost feel sad for Mordenkainen. It doesn't even have a real dog. It's got a fake dog. You target it with, like, anything and go poof, it's gone. Hold on, it's power and toughness. Whatever. Okay, -10. Exchange your hand and library, then shuffle. You get an emblem with you have no maximum hand size. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. Yeah, we all do old switcheroo. I guess your only problem is make sure nobody is playing with Jace Bellerin and then mills your last few cards and you lose on the spot. You also should also then play Necropotence. You don't have a draw step anymore. There you go. Mordenkainen, Necropotence. That's the combo. That's a bad combo that actually works around here. Next super chat we've got from Gruffles. Garrick Wildspeaker. Did we do this one? He speaks a lot. Love your rating Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Thank you very much. I also love rating Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I hope to do a lot more in the future. Oh, this guy. Okay. Green, 2 generic for 3 loyalty. First 2 abilities are amazing. +1, untap up to 2 lands. You can have a lot of mana really fast. And if any of those lands produce more than 1 mana, it's all gravy. And then -1, create a 3/3 beast token to help defend your Garrick Wildspeaker. And then we got -4 creatures you control get +3/+3 and gain trample until end of turn. This is not like a great ultimate. It is not a bad ultimate though. So I have to give it a like. Do I have a semi? This is a nice ability. Like, if you have enough creatures in play, you can one-shot people to death. It's happened to me a lot of times. I've actually played against this card so many times where I just forget the ultimate exists. My opponent goes -4, everything's enormous, they swing out, I'm like, oh, I'm dead. I was like, okay, I guess I lose that one. Should have paid attention to that damn ultimate. Usually the ultimates are garbage, especially in competitive play. So it's like it's a mid ultimate in my opinion. Next up we've got Henrik with Ashiok, the Nightmare Weaver. I wonder, does Ashiok get nightmares? Black, blue, 1 generic for a 3 loyalty Ashiok. +2, exile top 3 cards of target opponent's library. You might think that's a joke, but in limited, that is lethal. Like, if someone plays Ashiok in what was this? Theros Limited, you're dead. I mean, because the +2 is a lot, and it like just Ashiok gets bigger super fast, and you have no cards left in your deck soon. -X, put a creature card with converted mana cost X, exiled with Ashiok, onto the battlefield under your control. The creature is a nightmare in addition to its other types. Now, what is the mystical thing for -10? Exile all cards from all opponents' hands and graveyards. Stone cold garbage. So bad. This is great sad face. Actually, you know what? We can bring out the Titanic meme sound for this. It's like, -10? What are they going to do to me? Oh, I have to exile all the cards from my hand and my graveyard? Okay. So what's the downside? Is there anything more to that? No? Okay. It was the Muse, not the Weaver. Oh, was it? Damn it! Okay, well, whatever. That was a bad ultimate anyway. Okay, Nightmare Muse. Black, blue, 3 generic, 5 loyalty. You got 2 Ashioks for the price of 1. I don't even know if you paid did you pay a price? I think that was a super chat. Okay, +1. Create a 2/3 blue and black nightmare creature token with whenever this creature attacks or blocks, each opponent exiles the top 2 cards of their library. Not too bad. -3. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, then that player exiles a card from their hand. Now the big bad ultimate. -7. You may cast up to 3 face-up cards from your opponent's... Hold on. You may cast up to 3 face-up cards your opponents own from exile without paying their mana cost. Oh, I see. So you exile them and then they can be yours. I don't like this all that much. How did we get them in exile? We don't. So we have to make these creatures that attack or block and then get them to exile cards. Oh, then that player exiles the cards on their hand. Okay, so in theory, maybe there could be 3 cards, but there might not be. I don't like this one. It's not as big of... It's like it's okay. It's like it's bad, but it could be worse. Oh, that's how I'm going to rate this one. It's bad, it could be worse. It's a +1 that makes a creep. Yeah, the +1 is good. A lot of Planeswalkers +1s and like -1s, they're amazing. And then the ultimate is just completely ignored. Completely stone cold ignored. Broken with the other ultimate. What, to exile? Oh, you mean exile everything from graveyards and hands and then bring them back? Yeah, maybe that was the combo. It's like, well, how do we make the first Ashiok great? Well, we'll make a second Ashiok that combos with the first one. Rollin' Rates. Love the username. Love the avatar. Tezzeret the Seeker. Okay, blue, 3 generic, 4 loyalty. +1, untapped up to 2 target artifacts. That's actually it's broken by itself. -X, search your library for an artifact card with converted mana cost X or less, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Also broken. I think this is a very underrated, actually, I guess it's not underrated. It's like a $15 to $30 card. And then -5, artifacts you control become artifact creatures with base power and toughness, 5/5 until end of turn. I actually love playing this card in Cube. I think it's an amazing Cube card. It's actually just an all-around amazing card. Like, you have a bunch of artifact lands on the battlefield and just artifacts and tokens and treasures, and all of a sudden they're 5/5s and you, like, attack all your opponents for, like, 100 damage each. It's actually just bonkers. I need to put that in my... You've never heard of this card? Like, it looks out for Soul Ring, and then after you have Soul Ring in play, you can tap it for mana, then untap the artifacts like your mana crypts or your soul rings. You make an insane amount of mana. This card is bonkers. I'm surprised it doesn't see actual competitive play. I guess the problem is a lot of the greatest artifacts are stone cold banned. That's the problem. Yeah, this card's just insane. Above and beyond insane. Next super chat, Pacers fan forever. Well, I think I did that super chat. Teferi Time Raveler does not have an ultimate. I'm not going to count Teferi Time Raveler's -3 ability and ultimate. Like, you don't even work for it. And if it died upon the first activation, I would count it, but no. But we can, so we're going to give this super chat to Turiat Urza. Does such a thing exist? Oh, it does. This is a real card. It is from the Brothers War. How do you even get this in play? This looks like an AI-generated card. It even has a different font. It doesn't look real to me. Where did this come from? The Brothers War? How do you get this on the battlefield? Does something else put it on here? Oh, there's the Urza Lord Protector. If you control Urza Lord Protector, an artifact named the Might Stone, then you meld them into a Planeswalker. Unbelievable. All right. You can activate loyalty abilities of Urza twice each turn. You worked hard for this, so I mean you get a payoff. How does they say? Okay, +2 artifact, instant, and sorcery spells you cast this turn cost 2 less to cast. You gain 2 life. Why do you even need the 2 life for? +1, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Is this a white card? Oh yeah, he originally was a white. I was like, where did the life gain come from? That's ridiculous. Okay, draw 2 cards, discard a card. 0, create 2 1/1 soldier artifact creature tokens. -3, exile target non-land permanent. But the -10. Artifacts and planeswalkers you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Destroy all non-land permanents. And it's really easy to get to. You just go +2, +2, then -10. Yeah, that's a good one. That's absolutely, yeah, and you know what? Allie's called it. It's time for ads. We're going to look at and rate more crazy Planeswalker Ultimates, but we got to thank our favorite sponsor, FusionGamingOnline.com, your one-stop shop for all your Planeswalker needs. If you want to play with great Ultimates or try to create an achievement unlocked with bad Ultimates, you can buy those Planeswalkers at FusionGamingOnline.com. Don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu, however, to get 5% off all your purchases, especially your Planeswalkers. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. Play any deck, any format you want. All the Planeswalkers in inventory, they've got them for you. You don't like that Planeswalker anymore? You rent a new one. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_R4Z. Okay, back to them Planeswalkers. Does it sell arena codes? No, they do not. You gotta buy boosters for arena codes. You get that at FusionGamingOnline.com. Does anyone know what the highest loyalty cost for an ultimate is? I have no idea. Probably -20 or something like that. Okay, let's start off with another super chat with we've got, from Benjamin, does Nicol Bolas from Conflux count? Probably. Nicol Bolas from Conflux? Where's the Conflux one? I don't know where's the original Conflux. Is this the Conflux one? This is Conflux. Oh yeah, that's an ultimate. You better believe it. Don't worry, they don't have to be good. This is the best and worst ultimates on Planeswalkers. Alright, for 8 mana, we got 5 Loyalty Bolas, +3 destroy target non-creature permanents. Great stuff. -2, gain control of target creature. These are insane. Why even want an ultimate? -9, Nicol Bolas deals 7 damage to target player. That player discards 7 cards and sacks 7 permanents. You know what? It's not bad. You know, I mean, that's basically game ending right there. But I wouldn't even do it. If I have 9 loyalty on this thing, I would just keep going -2 +3. Like, where did you go wrong with that? -9, you're getting greedy. I mean, if it's 1-on-1, I guess that's when you go like, all right, it's time for death to you. Death called and it said hello. It said you're next. All right, let's go with Vic, the Foxy Gamer, with Garrick. You people love your Garricks. Caller of Beasts. I cast a Deadly Recluse and drop an Elder Scale Worm. Deadly Recluse. That's like a reaching spider with Death Touch. Okay, green, 4 generic, 4 loyalty. +1, reveal the top 5 cards. Put all creatures into your hand. The rest on the bottom of your library. -3, you may put a green creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Wait, you're going to put the deadly spider there? Then -7, you get an emblem with, whenever you cast a creature spell, you may search your library for a creature card. Put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Ah, I see. You thought it was just a Deadly Recluse. Well, guess what? The Deadly Recluse comes with, what was it? I can't remember. The Elder Scale Worm. Is it any creature? You can search your library for a creature card, put onto the battlefield. Yeah, that's broken. Anything that tutors into play, I think, is broken. You play a Mana Dork, I get an Elder Scale Worm. I play, you know, you could put damn Emrakul. Well, not Emrakul, that's banned in Commander. You can put Kozilek in play. Honestly, tutoring Eldrazi, not the greatest thing, because they have the cast triggers. You want the cast triggers. Otherwise, it's just a big, indestructible, annihilating machine. Not as exciting, but still exciting, I guess. Next super chat from Censor. Tybalt Fiend-Blooded, best ultimate on a... We just did that one. We did... Oh, I was one of the earlier ones. Sorry about that, Censor. We're going to donate your super chat, however, to Braxton with Jace, the Living... Something? Not the Living Goal. Guild Pact. The Living Goal. The goal of Jace. Alright, blue, 2 generic for a 5 loyalty Jace. +1, look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one of them into your graveyard. Still card draw. Still card draw. -3. Oh, and look. Oh, no, it's not card draw. Oh, no, that's crappy card draw. -3, return another target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. -8. The +1 sucks here. How are we going to get to -8? Each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into their library. You draw 7 cards. That's not bad. Like, that's value. I wouldn't say that's game winning or anything. I don't even know how you're going to get to -8, frankly. Shuffles their hand and graveyard. So it like basically nukes their hand, you draw 7 cards. It's not bad. I'm not in love with this thing just because you might die next turn. Like, I have seen people ultimate this and then they just lose. It's a big advantage though. Make no mistake, big advantage. Do uncommon Planeswalkers count? If they only have 1 ability, it has to have an ultimate. But it can be. No, I will not think of any random ability as an ultimate. It's got to be something that would either kill it or nuke it. Or, like, get really far down. Like, you have to work your way up and then you go big minus. Or it could have a minus that just kills it off in 1 shot. I'm fine with that. We'll go with, okay, Jeremy Brown, Ob Nixilis of the Black Oath. Didn't know there was this, so many Ob Nixilises. Looks so different here. How is this the same person? Is this like his origin story or something? Okay, black, 3 generic, 3 loyalty, Nixilis. +2. Each opponent loses 1 life. You gain 1 life equal to the life lost this way. We got -2. Create a 5/5 black demon creature token with flying. You lose 2 life. Also -8. You get an emblem with black 1 generic, sack a creature. You gain X life and draw X cards where X is the sacrifice creature's power. Next list of the Black Oath can be your commander. That is a very strong... I have no idea. He looks grumpy. Needs a Snickers. Next list, you look grumpy. Here, have a Snickers. I don't like Snickers. All right, have a Kit Kat bar. Take a break. I don't know how to evaluate this card. It's like a card... It's a card you have to put more work into. Okay, I go -8. Now I gotta sack my creatures. But I do gain life. I get to draw cards. I'm not in love with this. Like, I guess it's okay. It's value. Somewhere in the middle there. You don't win the game on the spot with this thing. Some assembly required. Waking Dead. Can we do Saheeli Rai? You better believe it. Saheeli... Okay, red, blue, 1 generic, 3 loyalty. +1, scry 1, ping your opponent. -2, create a token of an artifact or creature. It gains haste, attack. You gotta sack it though. -7, search your library for up to 3 artifact cards with different names. Put them onto the battlefield and shuffle your library. Is there any, how many artifact, like, are there any 3-card infinite combos? Is that a win? I'm assuming there's an infinite combo with 3 artifacts. There just has to be. There just has to be. I mean, at least 2 artifacts I think could make infinite mana, I think. But I'm not sure. I'm assuming that's a win, but I'm not sure. This card broke Kaladesh standard. Well, not for the ultimate, I'll tell you that much. Not even close. Liquid metal coating. And, liquid metal coating and, like, what's it called? I don't know what else. The dress is nice. She has good style. Actually, she dresses in the style of Kaladesh. Her dress looks the same as the background. I'm really happy to attend to get a card on the show, but I have to, okay. But, like, how do you win? If anyone knows how to combo immediately with Saheeli Rai, so here's the deal. If you can combo immediately, I think... this is a banger. If you can't, then it's like, it's okay. Like, it can't just be value. I'm not going to go -7 with a Planeswalker that has infinite combos by herself with, like, a Felidar Guardian. You know what I mean? Yeah, but that's not something... I can't tutor out Felidar Guardian from my deck. You know what I mean? I can't do that. Unless I have Mycosynth Lattice already in play. I guess Mycosynth Lattice plus this card can go get anything. Because I think Mycosynth Lattice count, like, makes everything in your deck an artifact. I think. Not entirely sure. Okay, we're going to move on with Azaya. We got Urza. Academy Headmaster. Isn't that the unglued card? Okay, -6. Head to AskUrza.com and click -6. I'm not doing that. I have no idea how good or bad this card. Do you want to, for this card, I'm just going to donate this one. We're going to donate this one. We'll give it to Christopher B. with Dakon. The Shadow Slayer. Okay, Asper, 0 loyalty. Enters the battlefield with a number of loyalty on him equal to the number of lands you control. +1, surveil 2. -3, exile target creature. But here's the kicker. Here is the -6. You may put an artifact card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield. Oh, so it's Tinker. We got Tinker. And it can come from the graveyard. So it's like Tinker from hand or Tinker from graveyard. Artifact card. Is it worth -6, though? Not really much of a surprise at that point. Whatever, we'll say it's good, but not great. Well, it's not bonkers. It's not gonna blow my mind away. You can't even bring, like, Blightsteel Colossus from the graveyard, because you have to shuffle that card back into your library. Okay, next, Jude says, can someone do Nissa Steward of Elements? Do you know who can do it? You can do it. You can do it, Jude. Alright, we got Blue-Green X. For an X-Loyalty Planeswalker, +2, scry 2. Pay 0. Look at the top card of your library. If it's a land or creature card with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of loyalty counters on Nissa, you may put that card onto the battlefield. And then we go -6. Untap up to 2 target lands you control. They become 5/5 elementals with flying and haste until end of turn. They're still lands. Man, I could write an essay about how bad this ultimate is. We get 10 power in play for this card. Only flying until end of turn? You gotta be kidding me. Garbage. Oh man, that's probably gonna take it for one of the worst ultimates. I think it's worse than Jace Bellerin's minus -20. Okay, we got J Hogue. With Ichor Moon. Ichor Moon? I'm butchering this name, that's for sure. What the hell? Blue 2 generic. Okay, I was about to like instant disqualify this, but I see Planeswalker's ability, so whatever. Blue 2 generic. Planeswalkers you control have 0 proliferate and -12. Take an extra turn after this one. I honestly don't know if going... I guess -12 is worth it, but I wouldn't do it anyway. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, choose a counter on target permanent and put an additional counter on that. Anyway, it's not a Planeswalker, so disqualified. Get it out of here. To the rank with this damn thing. We did Professor Onyx already, Steven. We did it. We got the Red Scout with a Johnny Sleeper Agent. Ooh, it's a Phyrexian Ajani. White, hybrid Phyrexian Selesnya. Green 1 generic for 4 loyalty. If it's completed, whatever, you can read that. +1, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature or planeswalker card, put it in your hand. Otherwise, it can be put on the bottom of your library. So it's like sort of a semi-scry, sort of. Also, -3, distribute 3 +1/+1 counters on up to 3 target creatures. They gain vigilance until end of turn. Ugh. And then -6, you get an emblem with whenever you cast a creature or planeswalker spell, target opponent gets 2 poison counters. The thing is, I don't know how much of a poison deck you've got in a Selesnya deck. Like, is this really a great Selesnya thing? I don't think so. I'm not feeling the infect on here. Although you could kill, like, if this was combined with a storm deck, I guess they're dead. You still some assembly required. I'm not thrilled with this card. I'm not sure. I don't know. What do you guys think? It's pretty cheap ultimate. It's not bad. I mean, it depends. You could completed this thing and it comes into play with less loyalty, right? So it's like tick up, and then you still have to kill. Like, how many spells you got to cast? You cast 15 spells to kill everyone at the table. Maybe your opponents already have some poison on them. I don't know. Selesnya is the toxic shell in standard. Oh! All right, then. In that case, okay, we're going to say, I guess it's good. I don't know if it could be broken. It could be. This is like one of those ultimates. I really have to see it to believe it. It could be stone cold trash, or it could be my worst nightmare. Oh, we got my head mod here. We got Nico, and always, if there... I see a pattern here. You'll only make mention of Nicol Bolas if it can be part of the show. Nicol Bolas the Arisen. So it's originally a Nicol Bolas the Ravager, which actually is not a bad card in itself. Enters the battlefield, makes everyone discard a card, or you can pay 7 mana to turn it into Nicol Bolas the Arisen. +2, draw 2 cards. Starting at 7 loyalty would go to 9. -3, Nicol Bolas the Arisen deals 10 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Send them back to the Shadow Realm. And then also -4, put target creature or planeswalker card from a graveyard on the battlefield under your control. That's nasty. Okay, the ultimate, the big baddie. -12, exile all but the bottom card of target player's library. I don't like it. I really don't like it. I like all the other abilities. All these other abilities are amazing. This ability sucks. I guess it's for like maybe some unwinnable situation. Maybe your opponent has protection from everything. The only way you can do is make them mill themselves out. So you just exile their library and give them 1 more turn. Yeah, it's really lackluster. I mean, it's a huge bummer. Wow, Nicol Bolas, so powerful. Oh, you exiled my library. Oh, exiled my library, Nicol Bolas. That's your ultimate ability around here. So all the other abilities are stronger. He got teased so much at the Planeswalker Academy. Okay, we got the Wise Man with the super chat. Ty Varkel. I'm learning about a whole bunch of new characters, period, in Magic the Gathering. Okay, we're going to look at the OG one. Apparently it was altered for Arena. Green, 2 generic for 3 loyalty, Tyvar. Elves you control have tap, add a black mana. They already added mana. +1. This just seems like a very redundant ability. Like most elves tap for mana. +1. Put a counter on up to 1 target elf. Untap it, against Death Touch until end of turn. Until end of turn. Well, that's pretty useless. Don't you want it on blocking duty? Should be until the end of your next turn. Pay 0. Create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token. Alright. -6. You get an emblem with, whenever you cast an elf spell, it gains haste until end of turn, and you draw 2 cards. Oh, that's broken. This is like super... What's the green card? It's like 1 green, whenever you cast a green spell, draw a card. This one, draw 2 cards. Like, you are 100% glimpse of nature. So it's like glimpse, it's double glimpse of nature. And your elves have haste, so as they enter the battlefield, they can immediately tap for mana. This is completely busted. That's a banger ultimate. Like, you can go from empty-handed to full-handed. You just, like, play an elf, draw 2 cards. All right, we got another elf. Draw 2 more. Like, if you can draw 2 more elves anywhere, I mean, it's just GG. Welcome, Nintendo. We've got... Okay, who hasn't got one yet? I don't know if Henrik got one. You get one, Henrik? Okay, Tasha. Unholy Archmage. Is this the only... This is an arena card. Okay, black, blue, 2 generic, 4 loyalty. +1 until your next turn. Whenever a creature attacks you or Tasha, put a -1/-1 counter on that creature. -2, target opponent puts a creature card of their choice from their graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. That's actually interesting. So if they have this 1 bomb and that's the only creature in their graveyard, they're screwed. And it has ward 2. Okay, -6. That's what you're going to get judged here, Tasha. Target opponent reveals cards on the top of their library until they reveal 3 creature cards. Put those cards on the battlefield under your control. That player puts the rest into their graveyard. This sucks. You can easily get 3 random rubbish nonsense. You threw away your Tasha for that? I don't even know what I want to play Tasha for. In the right deck, maybe they'll have very few great cards. Target opponent reveal cards on the top of their library until they reveal. What if they have no creatures? That's nothing. What if they have no creatures? What if they are a Nexus of Fate Planeswalker control deck with nothing in there? You screwed again. Allie loves her anyway. Next super chat coming from Bryce. Aminato. Yeah, what is the ultimate on this thing? What is her ultimate? The Fate Shifter. We got a black, blue, white. 3 loyalty Aminato. +1, draw a card, then put the card from your hand on top of your library. That is weird. It's like a weird, crappy brainstorm in some way. -1, exile another target permanent you own. Return it to the battlefield under your control. And that's good. And then -6, choose left or right. Oh, it's this janky thing. Each player gains control of all non-land permanents other than Aminato, the Fate Shifter, controlled by the next player in the chosen direction. We're all changing sides around here. Also, Aminato, the Fate Shifter, can be your commander. Yes, let's just screw around the board a little bit. If they have no creatures, they mill out? Is that how that works? Put the rest in their grave. Oh! If they have... Oh, that actually is quite good. I still don't like the ability, though. Not a fan. But yeah, there it is an upside. Put creatures in your deck or you're going to get screwed. Alright, next, let's look at Kalantara's Chandra Pyromancer. Pyromaster. Where's the Pyromaster? Okay, there we go. The Master! Master of Fire! But not the master of the fire extinguisher. Red, 2 generic, 4 loyalty. +1, Chandra deals 1 damage to target player and 1 damage up to 1 target creature they control. That creature can't block this turn. Oh my god, it's Ren in 6. Pay 0. Exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. That's card advantage. That's cash money right there. Now we got the -7. This is going to take 4 turns to pull off. +1, +1, +1, then -7. Exile the top 10 cards of your library. Choose an instant or sorcery card exiled this way and copy it 3 times. You may cast the copies without paying their mana cost. I don't know. Like I'm not sure about this one. It might be good. Like it might be. You can only choose 1 card though. I don't know. I prefer cards where you reveal that many cards and you play all of them at least once. Yeah, 3x. Yeah, exactly. It could be 3x Bolt. And you may not be able to, so you can only choose an instant or sorcery. I just don't even know what would matter. Like, what could you draw that's an instant or sorcery that you would want 3 copies of? And I guess the idea is that you get to shoot each one of your opponents once each. Anyway, I think it's a stinker. I gotta see it to believe it. I guess the only card, choose an instant, I guess it could be Time Walk if you're playing in a blue-red deck. In an Is-It deck, I can see this happen. Yeah, if you hit a time warp type of effect, then you get 3 turns, and that's busted. Otherwise, no, it does nothing. Okay, next super chat from Allie. Let's donate! Oh, she's a donator. Let's donate because you're wonderful people. The Coffee Crew looking out for themselves. Let's give this one to Steve Cooper. Explosive Singularity Time. Oh, this was your suggestion for Chandra. We're gonna give this one to, I think we did we do call it Sir Fireman Bob with a Johnny Collar of the Pride. No, we didn't do this one. Okay, white 1 generic 4 loyalty. +1, put a counter on up to 1 target creature. Oh ho! No, it's not very exciting. -3, target creature gains flying and double strike. Not bad. I don't know if it's worth -3. -8. I mean, that's a huge cost. Puts X 2/2 cat creature tokens onto the battlefield where X is your life total. Okay. Do you know what? I can get behind this. That is a huge army. If you even have reasonably like 30 or more life, if you have that other Ajani that puts you to 100, then that's like 200 power worth. It's still not the most exciting. If someone just board wipes you, you're screwed. But it's not bad. It's not bad. All right, it's gonna be in that mid category. It's something they can play around. Like, it doesn't kill them on the spot. You don't get guaranteed value. I mean, okay, you have 1 billion creatures in play. That is some value, but it's like, it's sensitive. It's sensitive to a board wipe, and better believe people are gonna board wipe you. They're gonna come get you. Markzilla with Eugene, the Spirit Dragon. All right, 8 loyalty. Sorry, 8 mana for 7 loyalty. +2, deals 3 damage to any target. Usually lose to that by itself. -X, exile each permanent with converted mana cost X or less. That's 1 or more colors. And then the -10. This thing's busted. You gain 7 life. Draw 7 cards and put up to 7 permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield. I have never survived that ultimate. I've been hit with that ultimate several times. Never once did I live through it. It's very hard for them to completely blank on that thing. Very, very hard. I would say maybe once they blanked, but I lost anyway. Like, the fact that they could go +2, +2, -10 without any resistance sort of meant, like, yeah, that I was dead anyway. Yeah, at danger. Eugene at danger. Huge at danger. I use this in Pioneer all the time. It's strong card. Okay, we have Toads. Gain control of all commanders. Tavesh Shat. Is that the name? Tavesh Shat? Let's see you pronounce this one, buddy. I call it Shat. Tavesh Shat, Doom of Fools, and also looks like Shat. Is that, at least that's how it'd be pronounced in Polish. Okay, we got 4 loyalty, +2. Create 2 0/1 black thrall creature tokens. That's crap. +1, you may sacrifice another creature or planeswalker. If you do, draw 2 cards, then draw another card if the sacrificed permanent was a planeswalker. Oh, drawing 2 cards actually for a creature is not bad. I'm not going to sack my Planeswalkers, that's for sure. -10. Gain control of all commanders. Put all commanders from the command zone onto the battlefield under your control. I don't know how good this is. Is it really all that important to steal everyone's commander? It is card advantage. I mean, you'll literally have 4 creatures in play for this, I think. But, like, some of them aren't even going to have synergy with your deck. I mean, I guess you can sacrifice them later for cards. Or, sorry, not... Oh, I see. Oh, you draw another card if the sacked permanent was a commander. Okay, I'm going to say this is good. I don't know if it's great. I'm not going to put in the great category, but I think it's a good card. Or I think it's good. I like it. It's got my somewhat seal of approval. It's funny, not great. Yeah, look at me. I got your commander now. Oh, look. You see your commander? Oh, do you think it should be alive? No, I'm going to sack it. Ha, ha, ha. I draw 3 cards. Okay. The joke is over. Okay, next up, let's look at... Who hasn't got one yet? Steve Cooper keeps making comments. Imagine playing against 3 people using 2 partner commanders. Oh yeah, I guess it gets even stronger if you take their partners. Vitor, Narset of the Ancient Way. Favorite walker. She does yoga. Okay, we have white, red, blue, 1 generic, 4 loyalty, Narset. +1, you gain 2 life, add blue, red, or white to your mana pool. Spend this mana only to cast a non-creature spell. That sort of sucks. Okay, -2, draw a card. Then you may discard a card. When you do, discard a non-land card this way. So if you discard a non-land card this way, Narset of the Ancient Way deals damage equal to that card's mana value to target creature or player. Not in love with that either. Although you could discard the card, but it's a -2. All right, what do we get for an ultimate? You get an emblem with, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this emblem deals 2 damage to any target. I don't know if any deck playing this wants that ability. That just doesn't feel like... It doesn't feel like a very Jeskai thing. Oh, no, sorry. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it deals 2 damage to any target. Okay, I guess it's okay. You just, smack people over and over again. And for a second, I thought it was you have to whenever you cast a creature spell, you deal 2 damage. She's worse than Chandra, Torch of Defiance? Yeah, maybe in that league. I don't know. You know what? I don't like it. Not impressed. Get out of here. We got to judge it based on all the other broken ultimates we've seen today. There's a lot of broken stuff out there. Okay, we got the Death Tax. Very interesting username. Best ultimate is Tamio Field Researcher, to be honest. Didn't I bash that one? Tamio. We did this one. I just want to know. Can't remember what the ultimate was. Draw 3 cards, you get an emblem. Whenever you cast an online cards from your hand without paying their... Oh yeah, that one was busted. That was a good one. We did this one already though. So we gotta donate. We're gonna donate to the Burgro Fun. Vraska. Golgari Queen. Okay, green, black, 2 generic, 4 loyalty, Vraska, +2. You may sack another permanent. If you do, you gain 1 life and draw a card. I remember this card's great. It's a -3, destroy target non-land permanent, convert mana cost 3 or less. That's great. -9, you get an emblem with, whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game. Oh my goodness! Okay, now that's power. Basically, everything of mine is a... I can never remember that black creature that deals damage and then you just win. They lose the game on the spot. It's like they have assassin death touch. But whatever, it turns basically everything, all your creatures into an assassin. Yeah, this card's absolutely bonkers. Great card. Yeah, everything's an assassin. Danger, Snake Lady. Forget snakes on the plane. You got snakes on a woman is worse. She's gonna get you. Yeah, Vraska Slay. Alright, Phage. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Everything turns into a Phage. Beware of all my creatures here. Alright, let's look at... Can't tell who got something or not. Okay, we have Chandra Blaze from Toilet Duck. Chandra Blaze, red, 4 generic, 5 loyalty, +1, discard a card. If a red card is discarded this way, deals 4 damage to target creature or player. -2, each player discards their hand, then draws 3 cards. And we are working up to the -7. Cast any number of red instants and or sorcery cards from your graveyard without paying their mana cost. That could be busted. That is possible. And I imagine you're never going to get this off like super quickly, so you're probably taking some time to fill up your graveyard. It could be strong. I'm going to assume it's good. I'm going to take a wild assumption that, like, you can I mean, you could... How often do people play, like, Graveyard Hate in Commander? Like, who's out there with the Rest in Peace? I guess if they're up against their friends who are playing, like, the Mono Black deck with Sacrifice and Death Trigger value, it's possible. All right, it is... She also looks grumpy. I get a sense that she's always grumpy. Okay, Steve Cooper with a huge super chat. Chandra, Torch of Defiance / donation. All right, let's look at Chandra. We are now going through only super chats from here. And Dungeon Master is kind of a real card. Heroes of the Realm cards are Wizards of the Coast employee exclusive cards. I don't care. The unglued sets don't count. Okay, Chandra, Torch. Torch of Defiance. Okay, this is a red 2 generic, +1. Exile top card. If you you can play it. If you don't, deal 2 damage to each opponent. +1, add double red. These 2 abilities are also just amazing. -3, deal 4 damage to target creature. And then -7, you get an emblem with whenever you cast a spell, it deals 5 damage to any target. Actually, also good. Not the most insane emblem of all time, but a very, very good one. Very actually Koth the Hammer-like. It'll do the job, all right? Like, eventually, you're going to kill everybody with this thing. John Super Chat. Thanks so much. Nissa who shakes the world. Pair with Amulet. Amulet of Vigor. We got green 3 generic, 5 loyalty. Whenever you tap a forest, however, for mana, add an additional mana. +1. Put a 3... +1/+1 counters on up to 1 target non-creature land you control. Untap it. It's a 0/0 elemental creature with vigilance and haste. It's still a land. And -8. You get an emblem with lands you control have indestructible. Search your library for any number of forest cards, put them onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle your library. What does this do? Does this do absolutely nothing? I think this basically does nothing. This is a very, very sad ultimate here. Because you still have to turn them into creatures. Now, it's not like it says lands you control are indestructible and they turn into creatures. They're just literally nothing. You just put a bunch of lands. You still have to turn them into creatures. What, like one at a time? I don't like it. It's a stinker. Sadcat says, hey, Nikachu, thanks for helping me get through work. The mix of Nintendo music and obscure magic cards are the perfect mix. You're welcome. Okay, next we got Brian Shaw with... I've always liked Cura, the Crashing Wave, you know. If I remember, it's like a pretty good ultimate, but the other abilities really suck getting to it. Okay, blue-green, 2 generic, 2 loyalty, +1. Until your next turn, prevent all damage that would be dealt to and dealt by target permanent an opponent controls. Who are you working for around here? Oh yeah, but then it won't deal any damage, so I guess that's fine. -1, draw a card. Then you may play an additional land this turn. Or -5. You get an emblem with, at the beginning of your end step, put a 9/9 blue Kraken creature token onto the battlefield. Not bad. Not the great, like, it's not going to win. It's not great. In fact, I'm not going to say it's bad. It's just not great. It's not that good. This is like in the mid. You're not going to be unhappy about a 9/9 blue Kraken every single turn. But A, you can't win the game immediately. B, it's only at the beginning of your end step, not everyone's end step. And C, you're not even going to win the game next turn. Or the turn after that. Like, eventually you'll win. This is like, eventually, maybe you'll overpower your opponents. Also, if they've got like Ensnaring Bridge or something, or some sort of propaganda, you're still going to have to pay for that. Okay, next up we got Platonic Liquids. Saheeli, the gift... the gifted is Stonks. Copy all the cats. Saheeli the gifted. Did they make her with combo potential? So we have red, blue, 2 generic, 4 loyalty. +1, create a 1/1 colorless servo creature token. Another +1, the next spell you cast this turn costs 1 less to cast for each artifact you control as you cast it. That could be broken, actually, depending on the deck. Like, if you have a lot of artifacts in play, basically everything will cost nothing. -7, for each artifact you control, create a token that's a copy of it. Those tokens gain haste. Exile those tokens at the beginning of the next end step. How does this combo exactly? For each artifact you control, create a token that's a copy of it. They gain haste. Exile them at the beginning of the next end step. I don't think this is even that good. the -7 is a bit underwhelming. Yeah, the first 2 abilities are amazing. I like these first 2. You get a little bit of protection here. You also get a huge discount on your other cards. But I don't know how to make use of this. For each artifact, we just double them. We get double the stuff. Okay, you can combo with Chain Veil. Oh, okay. Okay, so long as there's a combo, then we can say it's good. Make sure you combo off. Combo off with your ultimates, boys and girls. Next super chat we got from Tyler. Ren and 6. Is there an ultimate? To be honest, I'm not particularly afraid of that ultimate. Okay, +1. Return a land from your hand. Land from your graveyard back to your hand. -1. Ren and 6 deals 1 damage to any target. -7. Now, I have lost this thing before. You get an emblem with instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard have retrace. It's another one of those. It's like the Kraken one. It's like it will wear you down. It's good value. Like, yeah, you're gonna win eventually, but you will not win immediately. Like, there's no way of like just breaking this card immediately. And Nikachu, you know Platonic has it covered. Oh yeah, she's all about the combos. Okay, next we're gonna go to Prime Jaders. Has Ashiok Wicked Manipulator been done? I don't think we did Wicked Manipulator. People are huge fans of Ashiok. Oh, is it Ashok? Is that a completely different character? Ashiok Manipulator. Oh, here we go. I don't know why it didn't show up the first time. Okay, we have a black, 3 generic, 5 loyalty. If you would pay life while your library has at least that many cards in it, exile that many cards from the top of your library instead. That's just weird. And +1, look at the top 2 cards of your library, exile one of them, put the other into your hand. -2, create 2 1/1 black nightmare creature tokens with at the beginning of your combat on this turn. If a card was put into exile this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Also, -7, target player exiles the top. Okay, so this is the big bad wolf of the abilities. Target player exiles the top X cards of their library, where X is the total mana value of cards you own in exile. So it potentially could say destroy target player. Potentially. Maybe. I don't like it. I think it's a big hope. You better exile a ton of stuff out of your deck in order to exile the rest of their library. Too funsy. Too much work. Okay, Tom Squires. We got Lord Windgrace. It's a big kitty, isn't it? Big kitty! Okay, for Jun, 2 generic, 5 loyalty. +2, discard a card, then draw a card. If a land card is discarded this way, draw an additional card. -3, return up to 2 target land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's like a super Ren and 6. -11, destroy up to 6 target non-land permanents and create 6 2/2 cat warrior creature tokens with Forest Walk. I hate it, actually. I don't like it. So it's like basically at -11. Fortunately, it's an odd number. So you go like 7, 9, 11, then just you lose this whole thing to destroy 6 non-land permanents. It's okay, I guess. It's like some value, but you know, again, it's not that bad. It's like an answer to like whatever problem there is at the board, but not amazing. You're not like you're not gonna win the game off of this ultimate. You can stabilize the game, but you're not in a position to win the game. It don't danger. We need it's doable though. It's doable. So that card has like no synergy with anything. It's Jund the card. It's just value, right? You draw a card. You bring lands back from your graveyard to the battlefield. You blow things up. You play a big creature. That's what Jund is all about. Jund is all about very generic value. Turn 1 missed land drop. That is an amazing username. And you've got Gideon, Champion of Justice. The champion. It is a white 2 generic 4 loyalty. +1. Put a loyalty counter on Gideon, Champion of Justice for each creature target opponent controls. Ooh, this could get up big super fast. Pay 0 until end of turn. Gideon becomes a human soldier creature with power and toughness each equal to the number of loyalty counters on him and gain indestructible. He's still Planeswalker. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to him this turn. -15. Exile permanents. Well, other permanents. Everything. He was so angry he destroyed everything in his rage. I don't know if this is good though. I mean, you are positioned. I mean, of course you're the person that's gonna set this thing up. It's very possible if your opponent's playing a token deck, you just go +1 and then put Gideon to like 30, and then they're gonna get everything wiped out on the following turn. I think this is good. I think it's good. The ball will be in your court. Okay, Pacers fan forever with Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. It's gonna dominate you. Blue-white 3 generic 4 loyalty. +1, draw a card, then untap 2 lands. -3, put target non-land permanent into its owner's library, 3rd from the top. But then the -8, you get an emblem with whenever you draw a card, exile target permanent opponent controls. I don't know how this works in Commander, but in one-on-one it's broken. So like this ultimate will kill you. It looks really weird. All it takes is like you draw a card, exile this, +1, exile that, play Ponder, exile that. So basically every single card draw is removal, and they will exile every threat that you have on the table. And then they start going after your lands. And then when you have no lands in play, you're basically screwed. You can basically resign to this thing. And then Teferi can perpetually go -3 on itself, and you'll mill yourself out. Like, you get to keep the emblem, because you'll never be able to keep a damn thing on the battlefield thanks to this. So this is a banger ultimate. It looks deceptive, like it won't do very much. But, like, for example, if you brainstorm after this, you exile 3 permanents. What was not a Planeswalker? You guys are talking about something? Or maybe something else? Oh, this is a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Draw cards, exile stuff. Sean Jackson with the Ral Zarek. Red, blue, 2 generic, 4 loyalty, +1. Tap target permanent, then untap another target permanent. -2. Ral Zarek deals 3 damage to any target. And then we've got the -7. Flip 5 coins. Take an extra turn after this one for each coin that comes up heads. I have always found that this to be a very janky ultimate. So, like, maybe you'll get 2 extra turns. I guess on average you should get at least 2 on average. So I guess it's good. Like, it has to be good. But there is always the chance you, like, get 5. There's still a little bit of randomness into this. You know what? You know, like, what if you flip 5 tails? Or even, but you know what? If you can get even 1 extra turn, it's probably worth it. Extra turns are probably, like, the most broken, like, mechanic in the entire game. You get extra cards, extra attacks. You get a little extra everything with you when you have extra turns. See, blue knows how to do it right. Okay, Sean Jackson. There was already a Ren in 6 in the queue for this, so we are donating your super chat to somebody else. We did Ren in 6 already. We just did it a few seconds ago. We'll give it to The Royal Scions from Turiat. The Royal Scions. See if you keep suggesting random Planeswalker. We're only doing super chats from here on out. But if you keep suggesting Planeswalkers, you never know when someone screws up. Or it's been chosen, or it's not legal. Okay, the Royal Scions. Red, blue, 1 generic for 5 loyalty. +1, draw a card, discard a card. +1, target creature gets +2/+0. Gains first strike and trample until end of turn. And then we got -8. Draw 4 cards. And then when you do, Royal Scion deals damage equal to any target equal to the number of cards in your hand. I have to say, the dealing damage thing, not very excited by that. The drawing cards part, not bad. Although it could be better. Other Planeswalker Ultimates get you like a complete full hand of cards. This one is only 4 cards. But it's on a 3 loyalty Planeswalker that starts at like basically at 6, because you go 5, you can go 6. Both abilities are +1 abilities. So I actually like this one. Not amazing, but it's good. Next super chat from Pacers fan forever. Teferi, Master of Time. Apparently Master of Ultimates. Blue, blue, 2 generic, 3 loyalty. You may activate loyalty abilities of Teferi, Master of Time on any player's turn at any time you could cast an incident. Very insane ability. Arguably the most broken of Planeswalker abilities of all abilities. Aside from Teferi Time Ravelers, I guess. I guess that one's more broken than this one. +1, draw a card, discard a card. -3, target creature you don't control phases out. And then -10, take 2 extra turns after this one. Yeah, that's broken. I guess it's like Ralzeric. I guess it's a guaranteed Ralzeric. You know, you won't get the downside. You won't get the upside. You won't get the downside. You get a nice smooth in the middle 2 extra turns there. How easy is this? So if there's 3 people at the table, I go +1, +1, +1, +1. That's 4 per rotation. That's actually, so on turn 3, I can take 2 extra turns after this. Not bad. Also protects himself pretty well. Mulk, mulk, mulk. What do you got for us? Nissa Ascendant. An Animist, great finisher in Standard. Okay, Phyrexian green, green, and regular green, green. 3 generic for 7 loyalty. +1, create an XX green Phyrexian horror creature token where X is Nissa Ascendant. Animist loyalty, -1. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. And you know, after looking at all these Planeswalkers, we don't see that very much, where it has like a disenchant like effect, or like something that mimics another card, like a staple. This is the first one that destroys artifacts and enchantments. -7, until end of turn, creatures you control get +1/+1 for each forest you control and gain. That is a huge ultimate. That's very Garruk Wildspeaker like. I like it. Because if you have enough forests in play, I was like, okay, give everything +7/+7. Trample. To death with you. Pacers fan forever with Nicol Bolas Dragon God. We absolutely did that one. Or did we do, oh, maybe we didn't do that one. Nicol Bolas Dragon God? Maybe we did God Pharaoh. Oh, we didn't do Dragon God. Okay. Oh. Woo! Almost skipped on your super chat. That would have looked real embarrassing. Okay, red, black, 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 blue, 4 loyalty. +1, you draw a card. Each opponent exiles a card from their hand or permanent they control. -3, destroy target creature or Planeswalker. Nicol Bolas showing who's the best Planeswalker around here. And -8, each opponent who doesn't control a legendary creature or Planeswalker loses the game. Oh my goodness. That's busted. Okay, that's a good one. So basically you wipe the board, -8. Everyone go F themselves. Good game. Let's have another. Yeah, this is one of the best of the Ultimates. Junior Jones. Comet. Stellar Pup. Can't believe this is a real card. White, red, 2 generic. Oh, there's no ultimate on here. It's disqualified. It's like, it's random. You're rolling a 6-sided die. And there's not even an ultimate on these things. Sorry, Comet is disqualified, which means we are donating it to Tracy Basri Cat. It has all the ultimates. Okay, white, white, 1 generic, 3 loyalty, Basri. +1. I've never heard of this card, so I'm assuming all these abilities are crap. Okay, so for +1, put a +1/+1 counter on up to one target creature. It gains indestructible until end of turn. That, oh yeah, it's only until end of turn. If it was until next rotation, that'd be better. -2. Whenever one or more non-token creatures attack this turn, create that many 1/1 white soldier creature tokens that are tapped and attacking. Then -6. You may get an emblem. Oh, sorry, no, you get an emblem, you not may. With at the beginning of combat on your turn, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token, then put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. I don't like it! So basically, we just put counters on our stuff. I guess this is for, like, the token deck or something? This 1/1 white soldier token is not doing it for me. I go -6. I put into play the ultimate 1/1 white soldier creature token with the ability to tap and attack you for 1 damage. Is that exciting to anyone? Anybody? Anyone excited by that? No? Exactly. Where's my booing sound effect? I have one. There we go. I didn't design the card! It's not my fault. I didn't do anything. Okay, Platonic Liquid Super Chat. Dono to the first person who specifically says their card is their favorite Planeswalker. You heard the lady. Okay, you have to say it's your favorite Planeswalker. My favorite Planeswalker or this? Do I have a laugh track? I have a few things here. We got this. We got that. Problem is, I don't have these. The laugh track and the boo track look the same to me. I put a stupid picture on it. Okay, Ali is technically the first. Liliana, did we not do this one already though? Yeah, we did that card. All right, so it'll be to the next person. What's your? You have to say it's your favorite. Okay, Cracker says Quintoris Canned, please, my favorite. All right, I can see how quickly we're typing this into the thing. Quintorius Canned. It's an elephant! It's new! Okay, it's a white, red, 3 generic, 4 loyalty. I don't even know what this does. Whenever you cast a spell from exile, it deals 2 damage to each opponent and you gain 2 life. Ah, okay. And then +1, create a 3/2 red and white spirit creature token. What, you don't make elephants? -3, discover 4. Isn't that like a bit broken? It's a basically cascade over and over again. -6, exile any number of target lands from your graveyard. Add red for each card exiled this way. You may play those cards this turn. Hold on. Exile any number of target cards from our graveyard. Add red for each card exiled this way. Oh, so it's like Underworld Breach or Yawgmoth's Will or something. It's not bad. Like, it's good value. You would have to build your deck around this, but like maybe if you built like a Storm-like deck, you could go off. I could, like, here's the thing. I don't know if a Storm deck ever wants to play this card. And then anyone who plays this card isn't going to be able to make good use of that ultimate, I think. Like, I'm not sure. Honestly, I feel like you're only going to cast one of those cards. You're not going to have all that much mana. Yeah, Discover is more broken. The -3 is definitely more broken than the -6. I don't like it. I don't like the ultimate. Remember, when I'm judging these cards, I'm judging by the ultimate. There's a lot of great cards on this. Great cards today that I think their ultimate sucks. Steven Hope with Dak Faden. What the hell is Dak Faden's minus? The greatest thief in the multiverse. Red Hand. I mean, you heard the thing caught red-handed. It's because they caught Dak Faden, and he had a red hand. Okay, 3 mana for a 3 loyalty Planeswalker, +1, target player. I think that's interesting that target player gets to draw 2 cards and then discard 2 cards. So you could actually help someone draw some cards off of this. -2, gain control of target artifact. Oh, that's a great Soul Ring. Wonder if I swipe, well, how you feel about me swiping it? -6, you get an emblem with, whenever you cast a spell that targets 1 or more permanents, you gain control of that permanent. That's great. I don't, so like, I guess, so you can lightning bolt stuff and then you would just get it, right? Does it remove the target? No, I guess maybe you could still burn it. So make sure you target things that aren't going to die after the lightning bolt resolves. This, the wrong acid experiment, now he has no skin on his hand. Is that the real? He was trying to steal something from like a vat of acid. Little did you know that wasn't water. It was a vat of acid. I don't really know the actual lore to Dak Faden. You know, all the lore I talk about on this show, this is Nikachu MTG lore. It's completely made up. Nicol Bolas. Okay, now we definitely did that one. I think we've done all the Nicol Bolas gods. Okay, so freebie. We give to anyone not got one? See you later, Mr. Deadhead. We give to we'll give to Soren Markov. Sorry, give to Christopher B. Soren Markov. Black, 3 generic, 4 loyalty, +2. Deals 2 damage to target creature or player, and you gain 2 life. Who doesn't like life gain? -3. Target opponent's life total becomes 10. Oh my goodness. And then -7. You control target player during that player's next turn. Ooh. Don't like it. I mean, it's basically a one-shot Mindslaver effect. That's it. And you can only control one player's turn. No, not exciting. 2 thumbs down. Stormwind with Sarkhan the Mad. Ah, yes. The Dragon Man. It's Crocodile Dundee. Instead of crocodiles, hangs out with the dragons. You live with the dragons, you die by the dragons. Okay. Red, 3 generic, 7 loyalty. Pay 0. Reveal the top card of your library and put it into your hand. Sarkhan the Mad deals damage to himself equals that card's converted mana cost. -2. Target creature's controller sacks it, then that player puts a 5/5 red dragon creature token with flying onto the battlefield. But then we got -4. I don't even know if you can even count this as an ultimate, to be honest. They're all abilities that will basically kill him, just put him out of his misery. It's all seppuku here. -4. Each dragon creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target player. It's basically, it's like the Power Rangers. All the dragons come together to make a super dragon, and then they get. I'm sure in the Power Rangers. I can't remember. Did they like blast a big beam? Did it have like an ultimate attack? I can't remember. It's probably just too. That would be too easy of a plot device. They defeat every enemy if it was like that. But that's basically how these dragons are working. Is it any good? I don't. No, you know what? I'm not even counting. You know, I'm gonna disqualify this thing. It's because you don't work towards it. It's a weird thing to call it an ultimate. He doesn't die off of it. But you know what? I'll say it's okay. It's okay. Okay, next super chat we've got from Steve Cooper. Steve Cooper, what do you got? Donation for chat. The other 4 from the 10, plus the other 4 from the $10 dono. What do you mean? Oh, you mean you want to donate 4 cards? Oh, God. Okay, 4 cards. Henrik Tezzeret, Master of the Bridge. I'm speedrunning these, though. Tezzeret, Master of the Bridge. Okay, the -8 is exile the top 10 cards of your library. Put all artifact cards from among them onto the battlefield. 10 is a lot of cards. If your entire deck is artifacts, then that's good. Okay, we got Draconic with Sarkhan Dragon Soul. Sarkhan number 2. -9, search your library for any number of dragon cards, put them onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Excellent. Broken dragon card. Next, we've got Michelin with Teferi. Teferi, Temporal Archmage. Oh, we're not done yet. I am so far behind today. -10, you get an emblem with you may activate loyalty abilities of planeswalkers you control on any player's turn anytime you can cast an instant. That sucks. That is so bad. That is not the ultimate that I want to work towards. That's not the future I want to see. Ali with Elspeth. Sun's Champion. I'm in a good mood with this song. -7, you get an emblem with creatures you control get +2/+2 and have flying. And actually this you do have to mention this with the First ability, the +1 is create 3 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. So by the time you get an ultimate, there's like, what, 12 creatures in play? That's a lot of damage, and that is an emblem. So perpetually, as you keep making tokens, they keep getting bigger. This is, I wouldn't say this is insane, but this is a very strong emblem. Generally kills people in one-on-one. I think there's one more. Okay, one more. We give it to Steven with Ellie Wick Tumblestrum. I hope this character comes back. I like the energy coming from this Planeswalker. We got a green 2 generic. -7, you get an emblem with creatures you control have trample and haste, and +2/+2 for each differently named dungeon you've completed. Oh god. What if I haven't completed a dungeon? Trample and haste? Yeah, that's, if I haven't completed a dungeon, this is stone garbage. What, I still need to do more work? Oh, but you do venture into the dungeon with this card. I don't know. This card's a bit sus. A little bit sus. Yeah, it does have Tom Bombadil vibes. Not that they ever showed that character in the movie. Okay, Mario. What do you got for us? Elspeth Tyrell. Is that her last name? Elspeth Tyrell? Elspeth T. Okay, this is it. Okay, Elspeth. Elspeth Tyrell. Make sure you do your bed. Okay, white 3 generic 4 loyalty. +2, you gain 1 life for each creature you control. Also -2, put 3 1/1 white soldier creature tokens onto the battlefield. And -5, destroy all other permanents except for lands and tokens. There's so many other cards that do this. But here's the thing, actually, this ultimate is super easy to pull off. So you go +2 and you can do this next turn? That's actually broken. I think this is the only ultimate we've seen all day where you basically pull it off on the second turn. So you gain a life for each creature you control, and then destroy all other permanents except for lands and tokens, and you get to keep your Elspeth. I like this one, actually. I like it. It's not the most exciting ultimate, but if you combine it with this +2, it's like really easy to pull off. Very, very strong sweeper. Oh god, Algot, I have no idea where your super chat is buried. You have to donate basically $2 or more. I don't know, maybe this is $2. Okay, we're gonna donate your super chat, Algot, because I have no idea. It's gone. The chat has been, like, that was such an old super chat, I think. Are you really close to the bottom here? Oh, you people have chatted so much. Maybe I can find Algots here. Where are you, Algot? Okay, oh, I found you. Okay, did you have something to say here? Chat has been so aggressive. The chat is aggressive today. Algot super chats and then says nothing. No, I don't see anything from you, Algot. Okay, we're donating. Okay, we're gonna donate your super chat to... Who hasn't got one yet today? Hey, I'm late. Well, that sounds like you didn't get one today. Did we do Jace, Wielder of Mysteries? Jace Wielder. He's wielding. Oops, I'm still not spelling wield right. The Wielder of Mysteries. A blue 1 generic for a 4 loyalty. If you draw a card, well, there's nothing in your deck. You win the game instead. +1, target player puts the top 2 cards of their library into their graveyard and you draw a card. Also -8, draw 7 cards. Then if your library has no cards in it, you win the game. I think it's just a good ultimate. I mean, it's just good value. That's all I can say about it. It's good value. Okay, we got Junior Jones with Teo. I don't even know who Teo is. Teo, Geometric Tactician. The Tactician! White 2 generic 3 loyalty. When Teo, Geometric Tactician enters the battlefield, create a 0/4 white wall creature token with Defender and Flying. +1, you and target opponent each draw a card. Also -2, choose left or right until your next turn. Each player may attack only the nearest opponent. This is such a weird ultimate. I don't even know. No, this is not. I don't even know if I can count this as an ultimate. So choose left or right. Until your next turn, each player may attack only the nearest opponent in the last chosen direction. Planeswalker is controlled by that player. What is this? Some weird game of Emperor? Completely strategically useless. Maybe not strategically useless ability, because if all the power is on your right, then you force people to like attack on your right, I guess. But not the most exciting -2, to be honest. Also, technically not an ultimate. Yeah, not an ultimate. I'll donate this one to J Mountain. I believe we did Nissa Ascendant Animist. It has been done. What hasn't been done, though? I feel like we've almost gone through every damn Planeswalker. Krekker with Koth, Flame of Resistance? Koth of Resistance? Koth Flame? What is this card called? Okay, I'll just look up Koth. How many Koths? Oh, Fire of Resistance. Red, 2 generic, 4 loyalty. +2, suit your library for a basic mountain. Put it in your hand, then shuffle. -3. Deal damage to target creature equal to the number of mountains you control. -7. You get an emblem with whenever a mountain enters the battlefield under your control. This emblem deals 4 damage to any target. Oh my god, it's Valakut. It's basically Valakut the emblem. You could win with Escape Shift, I guess. It's not bad. It's okay. It's okay. I like it. It will kill people eventually. Tyler Brenner. Sorin the Mirthless. I don't even know what mirth means. Black, 2 generic, 4 loyalty. +1, look at the top card of your library. You may reveal that card and put it into your hand. If you do, you lose life equal to its mana value. -2, create a 2/3 black vampire creature token with flying and lifelink. And then the -7. Sorin the Mirthless deals 13 damage to any target. And you gain, so first 13 damage to any target, and you gain the 13 life. I think this is crap. Yeah, I just think this is awful. I'm not gonna burn my ultimate to like just gain 13 life and deal 13 damage to you. It's possible. Sorin is an emo. This is Sorin in his high school days, you know? It was just a trend. It was just a thing at the time, you know? Everyone goes through phases, all right? We're not gonna judge Sorin for going through phases. We all go through phases. Mirth is happiness, so mirthless means he's an emo. Well, when you put it that way. Sean Jackson with Narset Transcendent. I think we did that one as well. Oh no, we didn't. Narset takes many forms. Blue-white, 2 generic, 6 loyalty. +1, look at the top card of your library. If it's a non-creature, non-land card, reveal it, put it in your hand. -2, when you cast your next instant or sorcery spell from your hand, it gains rebound. And also -9, you get an emblem with your opponents can't cast non-creature spells. But here's the problem. What if I don't have any creature spells? Sorry, non-creature spells. I mean, in the right matchup, sure, that's a bomb. But in general, I actually think you're still going to win with creatures. So I do not think that ultimate is good. Not a good ultimate. Moving on to Sean Jackson again, though. Back-to-back Sean Jacksons. We got D. Hada, the Binder. Binder of Wills. Black-white. Mardu, 1 generic. 5 loyalty, +2. Up to 1 target legendary creature gains life, vigilance, lifelink, and indestructible until end of turn. It's talking to you, Commander players. -3, reveal the top 4 cards of your library. Put any number of legendary cards from among them into your hand. The rest goes in the graveyard. Create a treasure for each card put in the graveyard. -11, gain control of all non-land permanents until end of turn. Untap them to gain haste until end of turn. I don't like these one-turn effects. No, I'm not a fan. I mean, it can finish the game off. It's possible, but everyone's gonna see it coming. But it's in the vampire colors. You can, like, the vampires, they're good at blocking. They'll block the hell out of whatever comes attacks their Dihada, Binder of Wills. I don't know. I'm not in love with those sort of gain control, untap. Oh, but you are in black, so I guess you could sack everything. I don't know. What do you guys think about these types of abilities? I'm super mediocre on them. Super mediocre. Brandon Hall with Mordenkainen. I think we did this one. We did. So we're going to donate your super chat, Brandon Hall. We're going to give it to... pretty sure we did Urza Planeswalker. Who has not got a single thing to... I think everyone's gotten something, so... The Potato Republic has shown up. We got Jared Carthalion. Wooberg for a 5 loyalty Jared. +1, create a 3/3 Kavu creature token with trample. That's all colors. -3, choose up to 2 target creatures. For each of them, put a number of counters on... Sorry, +1/+1 counters on it equal to the number of colors that it is. -6. Return target multicolored card from your graveyard to your hand. If that card was all colors, draw a card and create 2 treasure tokens. Super underwhelming. Holy crap. But it's easy to pull off. You go +1, -6 immediately. So basically, I give my card flashback, or it's a really expensive regrowth. Not worth it. For the Kavu Kindred decks. And we got Junior Jones with Vivian Reed. Can't remember if we did this one. I should have separated this per color. I was an idiot to do all colors. Green, 3 generic. 5 loyalty. Look at the top 4 cards of your library at +1. You may reveal a creature or land card. Put it into your hand. The rest goes on the bottom. -3. Destroy an artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. Speaking to you, Murktide. -8. You get an emblem with creatures you control. Get +2/+2. Have vigilance, trample, and indestructible. That's not bad. Okay, the indestructible at the end sells it for me. So you don't have to worry about your creatures dying anymore. And Platonic Liquid donating to our wonderful chat around here. Okay, who wants the last one? Don't know if Matt got one today. I think we did Steward of Elements, though. Yeah, we did this one. Surefire didn't get one today. Venser the Sojourner. Venser the Sojourner. White. Okay, blue-white, 3 generic for 3 loyalty Venser, +2, exile target permanent you own, return it to the battlefield under your control at the beginning of the next end step. -1, creatures are unblockable this turn, and also -8, you get an emblem with, whenever you cast a spell, exile target permanent. Okay, that's very similar to the other one, except this is so much harder to pull off. You go 5, 7, 9, -8. I guess it's similar to the Teferi. I was thinking of Teferi. It's very similar to the other Teferi. No, but it's whenever you cast a spell, not draw a card. All right, still busted. Still busted. You cast stuff, you get stuff. All right, that's it. I have an important announcement, people. There's an important announcement. Because if you want to be part of the show, you got to be here weekdays, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. But this is a kicker. From December 20th to January 5th on weekdays, we will also be doing the show at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, all right? If everyone's on a time zone that you've never been on the show before, we're also going to do it basically twice a day for 2.5 weeks. This is going to be brutal. It's because I have a vacation for 2.5 weeks, so I'm going to do all the Coffee and MTGs in advance. So remember, you've marked your calendars starting December 20th, 8 p.m. Some of you will be here twice. I know it. You're addicts. King Ginger will be here twice. I know it. And we got to thank everyone who's part of the show here. We got to thank everyone who supports, who are patrons, members, and also the super chatters who make the show what it is today. Also, we got to thank the coffee crew who shows up here in the morning and maybe even in the evening. We got to thank Pedgeman, Ali, Toads, Nalia. We got Steve Cooper, Platonic Liquid, Michelin, Arthur, Lord Magicus, Steve Cooper, Tom. We got Suddenly Boop, Mario. Who else do we have here? We got the Potato Republic, Surefire Selves, Christopher B. Will Anderson. I'm just taking from like wherever I can get. Slack Wellman. Because you guys are the show. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing up those coffees and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.